Greetings and salutations. We are back with another episode of Understanding Relationships. We are on part two. And if you missed part one, go back and watch it. In part one, a recap is I talk about feelings and how your feelings are basically meant to be felt only and not acted on, because most of the time we usually take action from a place of our feelings. And I also talk about the three phases of the cycle of a relationship. The first phase is the connection phase, and then the second phase is the breaking phase, and then thirdly, the repair phase of the cycle of a relationship. So go back and watch that video if you haven't already to catch yourself up to speed. But again, today I want to talk about vision. Having a vision for the relationship. I want to talk about the importance of having a vision for the relationship. And when I say relationship, I mean every relationship. I'm not just talking about romantic relationships. I'm not just even your platonic relationships. Even if you're in business together, your business relationship, why it's important to have a vision for your relationship, no matter what kind of relationships that you have. It's the why. Why are we in relationships? What do we plan to achieve, attain? What are we trying to do, be, or have as it pertains to this relationship moving forward in the future? What's the goal of this relationship? What do we want? What are we striving for? So it's very important to have a vision for the relationship. And even in the Bible, in Proverbs 20:29, it says, where there is no vision, the people perish. And so basically, without a vision, the relationship will perish. So I want to go into the definition of what even a vision is. And one of the definitions for vision is the act or power of anticipating that which will or may come to be. Right. Another definition is something seen or otherwise perceived during such an experience, like dreams. Right. And then lastly, a vivid, imaginative conception or anticipation. Right. So you have, when we have visions, we receive visions from the Lord as far as purpose, what we're supposed to be doing, where we're supposed to be going. One of the things about vision, having a vision, is vision gives you direction. When you know what it is you're trying to achieve, when you know where it is you're going, when you have a goal or a destination in mind, it helps you navigate the route to that destination. The other thing that I want to define is perish. Without vision, the people perish. What does perish mean? Well, one of the meanings is to die. When it comes to relationship, without a vision for the relationship will die. Another definition is disappear, right? You will lose the relationship. Another definition is to suffer destruction or ruin. If you do not have a vision for your relationship, the relationship will suffer destruction and ultimately come to ruin. There needs to be a why when you are in relationship, right? Lastly, you can suffer a spiritual death, but sometimes without a vision, you suffer spiritually because you don't even understand what's the point, what you're in it for a purpose, and you die spiritually for lack of having a vision. Now, one of the things that I wanted to say too is when it comes to perish does not always mean to cease to exist. It can also mean loss of function or usefulness, right? So if you don't have a vision for your relationship, that relationship can eventually start operating at a loss of function. The relationship, it just ain't functioning right. It ain't going right. It ain't running right. Why? Because there's no vision that everybody is operating in or shooting for to help navigate the route to the destination that you are trying to get to collectively as as a relationship for the vision. So individually, there's nothing for you to do because you don't even understand why you're in it, because there was no vision laid out for why y'all were in this relationship in the first place. And it says usefulness, like to lose usefulness, for there to be a loss of usefulness. Like, what's the point? Why, you ever heard people say that too? Like, why am I even here? Like, you feel useless in a relationship if you don't have a goal, a vision in mind that you are both striving to obtain or to achieve. Right. And so one of the things that I wanted to establish too about your vision is the vision for the relationship has to be the highest priority as it pertains to the relationships, right? Your individual goals, you should have them, but they should line up with the vision for the relationship. If your individual goals do not line up with the goal of the relationship, what could ultimately end up happening is that you find yourselves growing apart, or you find yourself becoming selfish because you want what you want. And if what you want is not in alignment with what you both agreed on, it could ultimately create or cause the decline or the demise of the relationship, or it could alter the function and create the loss of function in the relationship, because now your focus is not so much on the goal of the relationship, the vision for the relationship. Now your focus is more on your own individual goals. And again, I'm not saying you shouldn't have them, you absolutely should. But as two people have individual goals, your individual goals should be in alignment with and should still be taking you to the destination of your vision in the relationship, right? Because when one person selfishly puts themselves or their wants and needs or goals above or before that of the vision of the relationship, the chances of survival of the relationship decrease tremendously. They decrease tremendously, and ultimately, I believe it would create or cause the demise of the relationship. So, again, why is it important to have a vision for the relationship? It is important to have a vision for the relationship because the vision is basically the blueprint or the layout. It's the path. It's the directions to the journey ahead. It is the why for the purpose of the relationship. It gives you the who's, what's, when's, where, how's, and why's of the relationship. It helps you know who to be in it, who to keep out of it. It helps you know where you can go and where you shouldn't go. It helps you understand what you should be doing and what you shouldn't be doing. The people in your life and the people that need to stay out of your life. It helps you. It helps you sustain character also, because if you are genuinely trying to reach the goal of the vision for the relationship, it helps you with your integrity. If you have any integrity, having a vision does absolutely help you with walking in a level of integrity, because it will help you keep the vision. Now, if you don't have any integrity, then how easy is it for you to not keep the vision? And another aspect of the vision also is because again, the vision is the blueprint. Of the vision is it's the goal. It's the finish line. One of the finish lines, because once you obtain or reach the goal of the relationship, you should then therefore have a new goal in mind, and you should always be striving for something for your relationship to be shooting for, so that it can consistently always be in agreement. And that's the other thing I would argue also. The vision of the relationship should be agreed upon, right? The Bible even says that how can two walk together except they be agreed? And the whole point of the vision is to sit down and come up with an agreement for the vision. It's not just a dictatorship. One does not determine the vision for the relationship and the other person just follows suit. They sit down and they come to an agreement. They sit down with their resources. They sit there, they bring to the table what they have, the value that they have for the relationship, and they come to an understanding as far as what their value will contribute to the relationship, and vice versa. And then based on those things, those values, those views, those principles, they now have a vision for the relationship itself. And it's like two people, two people going after the same goal, right? And I would argue it's more going like, this is the direction of a relationship with a vision, right? This is how it starts, and sometimes this is how it goes. This is how it starts. This is two people, single, already pursuing their own individual goals, right? And if they stay single, then they will forever pass, not cross, because they're two single people pursuing goals. When the two people meet and they sit down with a vision for the relationship, now this is the relationship structure, because they are both individually pursuing their individual goals, but their individual goals are in alignment with the vision of the relationship. So as one pursues their individual goals and the other pursues their individual goals in alignment with the relationship, ultimately they will reach the vision of the relationship. If you get selfish and you put your individual goals above the vision of the relationship, then things start to go this way. And now you have two individual people selfishly pursuing their own individual things, and they are not in alignment with the vision of the relationship. And this is how you hear two people say, we grew apart, right? Because they are pursuing things that are self-serving. They are not for the sole purpose of the relationship, and ultimately they will not be a benefit to each other in a relationship. So again, all in all, so I basically just want to leave you with that. Not a long video today. I just want to give you my perspective, my understanding, why it is so important to have a vision for your relationship, whatever relationship that be, because without a vision, the people perish.